Andrea back with another video. If you are new here, welcome. If not, welcome back, y'all. Welcome to day 8 of Vlogtober, y'all. All right, so I am Wilma again from the Flintstones, guys, which is the wife from the Flintstones. And I have another story time, so make sure you guys are commenting, sharing, and subscribing. Also be sure to hit that post notification button so you can be notified every time I upload a video. I'll be posting a video every day for the month of October. Y'all do not want to miss out on these videos, for I'll be telling a story time. This is a month of story times, all right? So as you can tell by the title, I'm going to be talking about how I was working at Popeyes, y'all. Yes, I used to work at Popeyes. But I was working at Popeyes, and tell me why the owner of that Popeyes thought I was hunching in the Popeyes. Now, I know people do be hunching at they fast food places of work, but it wasn't me. It wasn't me. No, but for real. So let's get into this story, y'all. I started working at Popeyes when I was 18 years old. I had just turned 18, y'all. Just graduated from high school. And at the time, before I got the job at Popeyes, I was working at Five Below. Five Below, that was like my favorite job, y'all. I started working there when I was 16 until I was 18. And then, you know, once I graduated high school, I decided I wanted to get another job because, you know, I wanted money. I wanted money all that summer so I can take it with me going into college. And, you know, getting cute college clothes and getting ready for college. So I wanted to just work that entire summer. So I'm like, oh yeah, let me get me a second job. So I remember me and my friend, we went to Denny's because they were having open interviews, and it was so hard because we both had got the job as a hostess at Denny's. So I remember at that point at Five Below, I was only making minimum wage, which was $7.25. But at Denny's, as a hostess, they was starting us off at $9. Hey. Y'all, so of course I want to work at the job that pays $9. I want to work there more than Five Below, but I wanted to have both of the jobs. So of course they're telling me, well, Denny's is telling me that, hey, we really need you to work Thursdays to Sundays. Those are our busiest days. That's when we really need our hostess. And the shift that I had, they gave me in the morning. So I was working 8 to 4. 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Thursdays through Sundays. So of course, working at Five Below, our schedule was different every week and all over the place. And then Five Below also had this thing, which I hated so freaking much, but they also had it where they would schedule you to work. Like, say they scheduled somebody to work from, 5 to close. They would also have me as an on-call person from 5 to close, which is like, okay, I understand you're trying to have like backup in case that person calls off. But the thing I hated the most was they always had me as backup for the person who always called off. And it was just so crazy. And then we also always had to work at least one weekend day. So of course, I got used to the call off shit, the on-call shifts or whatever. Because like I said, somebody was always calling off. Y'all, let me tell you this one time how I was running track. I had a track meet. Literally had a track meet. And I literally could not get my shift switched for nothing. Well, actually, I wasn't technically on the schedule, but I was because I was on call for somebody. And I'm just like, God, please. Like, do not let them call me in for on call because I have a track meet. Like, and I literally cannot go to work today because I have a track meet. What happens? They put me on call for the person who always freaking calls off. And he was actually in my grade and everything. We went to the same school. We was in the same classes. Why does this man call off? So of course I'm at the track meet on the phone, and they're like, I need you to come in. I'm like, oh my gosh, like I really cannot come in because I'm at a track meet. And they're like, well, such and such called off and you're on call for him. Y'all, as soon as I turned around and they said who called off, why I see him in the bleachers. I literally seen dude in the bleachers, and I'm like, he called off to come watch the track meet, and they want me to come in, and I'm actually in the track meet. I was so mad. But anyway, that's the only thing I did not like about the on-call shifts. And it was hard because you can never actually make plans because you might end up having to go to work. Oh, it was the worst. And I swear, like, I was always on call on like a Wednesday evening, and then always on a freaking Saturday. It was so annoying. I hated it so much. But anyway, I had told Five Below that I could no longer work weekends. And basically, my boss was just like, sorry, we can't have that. If that's the case, you can no longer work here. So I'm like, dang. So, of course, you know, I thought about it and I just wrote my 2-week notice into her, and that was that. So I had worked those 2 weeks, and bam, I'm at Denny's. I'm making money, y'all. I'm making money. I'm working every Thursday to Sunday, 8 to 4. And a part of me was just like, I want to work somewhere else too. Like, I want to make more money. Like, I need another job to replace that Five Below job I just lost. So, of course, I'm like looking around, like, where can I work? And my prom date was actually like, oh, come work at Popeyes with us. And I'm just like, oh, Popeyes, like, for real? He's like, yeah, come and get an interview. My mom is actually the manager up there. And I was just like, oh, say what? I swear, my prom day, he really hooked me up. My prom day, he was newer to the school. I believe he came like literally our senior year. And what happened? Y'all, I didn't have a prom date. I just randomly asked him, like, do you want to go to prom together? And he was just like, yeah. So we was cool ever since then. And then we went to prom, and then, yeah. Like, swear. I got a couple story times about him too. But I'm just going to call him prom date. So prom date was just like, yeah, come in, you know, and get an interview, or come in for an application and set up an interview. Like, my mom is the manager up there. And I'm like, oh, perfect. So I remember I goes up there and I ask for application, and I'm filling out or whatnot, and they're telling me when to come back for an interview. And at the time, it was like his mom was the manager, and then it was like another like head manager there as well. I remember some bald white dude. I can't remember his name. That's crazy. But yeah, so I remember I'm filling out the application. I'm putting my availability, because I'm basically over here like, my availability is, shoot, what, I can work anytime, Monday through Wednesday, and then Thursday through Sunday, I gotta be after 4 o'clock. So my availability was pretty open. Plus, at fast food places, they rather you work closed anyway. So it was just like perfect. And this was like my first fast food place. So I was like kind of excited. For real. So, of course, I go there and I do the interview. Of course, I get the job, and I start working like in the next couple days. So, yeah. So I remember I get there, and everybody there that works there, at least the night shift, is like young. They're teenagers, or they had just graduated high school. So, of course, prom date is there. Prom date's little brother was actually working there. And then you had a couple other young folk working there. A couple adults too, but they were young adults, like how my age now, like 28, like late 20s type thing. So it was a vibe in there. And I remember there was this one girl who was working in there. And you know, how you be at fast food places, especially if you working like with cute boys, y'all gonna be working and flirting and talking all throughout your shift. That's just like how it is. And that's really at any job, but it's just way easier to do that at, you know, the fast food places. That's just how it be. So there was this one girl there, and she was real cool. We just gonna call her Casey. So there's one girl there, her name is Casey. And then there was this one super cute, I ain't gonna guess him up like that, but there was just one other cute guy there. And I remember he was a year below me. So he was still a junior, about to be a senior. So Casey and the cute guy were both about to be seniors. And his name, we're going to give him a name. We're going to call him, Sean. So we got Casey, the girl, and then we got Sean, the cute boy that worked there. Then we got prom date that works there, prom date's little brother, and then a couple other people who work there too. So yeah, y'all. So crazy. So just imagine it's just like a bunch of high schoolers working there. You know what I'm saying? Like the only people he wasn't high schoolers for was probably like the cook, the dishwasher, and then the managers. Everybody else who worked there was basically kids, swear. So I just remember working there for the first couple days. They're showing me how to box the chicken, what's the white meat, what's the dark meat, how the combos are made with a side and a biscuit, all that extra stuff, y'all. And they're teaching me register. You know, when you first start, you're always on register for the dining room. So, of course, I'm on the register for the dining room. They're teaching me how to work the register and then, like, put the slips up. And if somebody orders, like, a 12-piece, you got to, like, yell back, 12-piece out, so they can just drop another batch in so there's more chicken for backup when the next people come. Y'all, I swear, like, I love me some Popeyes, and I worked there for years. Yeah, I worked there for years, to the point where I used to be on the drive-through doing the boxes. They was telling me their order, and I calculated all in my head, like, all right, that'll be such and such and such, and then I'll go to the register, type it all in, and I'll be right. Like it was to the point where I was good like that. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, I'm on a register. I'm meeting people, of course. You know, I've always been a pretty attractive girl, so I go in there, all the guys, they want to see what's up with me. Y'all, I'm just here to make money, okay? I got 2 jobs. I don't got time for y'all niggas. I was like, nah, you know me. From my other story times, I always got time for some niggas. Y'all knew I always had some time. Then I'm a fresh 18 years old. I'm a grown now. What? Please. It's like, nah, y'all, let me quit playing. But yeah, so I'm just learning the ropes of Popeyes, learning names, you know, learning who I works there, how to clean up and close the store and just all that good stuff. So no lie, it had to be like my 4th day working there. I'm finally starting to get the hang of things. And yeah, not only that, but it was a real cool vibe in there because, you know, like I said, I was attractive. So everybody, like all the guys want to see what's up with me. All the girls was cool too. You know, they're like, oh, hey, Drea. Oh, what? You was prom date? Oh my goodness. They showed us your pictures because, mind you, the mom is the manager there. So she's going around showing, you know, the pictures of my prom date and me. And they're like, what? Your prom dates? We were saying like, dang, how did he get her? Because I'm just going to be honest. My prom date, he wasn't all that cute. He wasn't, but we look good in those pictures. I ain't gonna hold you, but they were just like, dang, like we was wondering like, how did he even get you like to be his prom date? And I'm just like, oh wow, yeah, ha ha, you know. So that happens. So literally the owner of the store ended up coming in this day. And I just remember, like, this is my first time being the owner. I'm like, oh, hey, how you doing? I'm Drea, all this good stuff. And, you know, I'm just working as normal. And I noticed he's bringing each employee to the back to talk to him. So I remember, well, he brought them to the back of the store, but then I would see them walking around the building. Each employee, he just brought them out one by one. But it was so weird, y'all. It was so weird. But I'm like, oh, that's just probably how they do things. So nobody's like in their conversation, because the Popeyes was pretty small. Like there wasn't like a separate room you can go and have a private conversation. So I could understand why they were walking around the building, you know. So he would walk around the building. I would be seeing them through the drive-through window. Excuse me. Because at this point, I remember the, what's it called? The dining room being closed. By the time he came, the dining room was closed and he was talking to each of us one by one. So, of course, only the drive-thru was open, so we weren't as busy. So of course, you know, I see him take the one girl, Casey, outside, and he's walking around and he's talking to her about who knows what. I don't know. I just started working here. I don't even know this man. Just said, hi, how you doing? And told him my name. And then, you know, she comes back and she continues to work. She don't even say nothing. She continues to work. And then, of course, the boss or the owner comes in and he grabs the next person. So he grabs a guy and they're walking all around and they're talking for a couple minutes and then comes back and he grabs the next person. So I'm not even thinking I'm really going to get a turn because, like I said, I'm new and nobody was really talking about what was being said. They just came back and they just started, you know, closing down their stations or whatever, or helping drive through whatever they needed. So I'm just cleaning because at this point I'm just doing extra cleaning. Plus I was a stickler about cleaning. That's where I was always wiping some stuff down. So I'm just in there cleaning. I'm being nosy because I'm looking around like, what was y'all talking about? But I don't really know nobody to really ask. You know what I mean? So I'm just minding my business. At the same time, I'm like looking around being kind of nebby, like what's going on? Like I'm just really wondering like what's happening. Because I see y'all walking around the building through the drive-through window. So next thing you know, the next person comes in and the owner comes back and he's looking at me like, oh, Andrea, can I speak with you? So I'm just like, yeah, sure. So of course I go back with him. He's like, yeah, come on, we're actually going to take a walk outside around the parking lot. And I'm like, okay, cool. No biggie. So of course, you know, I'm walking around and he's just like, yeah, so, you know, how's it been going? How's the work environment been for you? And I'm just like, yeah, you know, it's been great so far. You know, I'm learning a lot. I'm learning pretty quickly and it's not so bad. You know, I actually like it. And he's like, good, you know, I'm glad to hear it. Of course, you have any questions, you can always ask me whenever I'm here or ask your managers. And I'm like, yeah, for sure. And he was like, well, you know, we do have certain policies in here. You know, you got to be at your station. The only time you're in the dining room, of course, is if you're cleaning the dining room or if you're on your break. And only times you're in the bathrooms, of course, if you need to use the bathroom and you tell somebody you're going to the bathroom, or if you're, you know, cleaning the bathroom. And I'm like, yep, I know. And he's like, okay, yeah, just because, you know, we don't, you know, concern certain behaviors inside of the workplace. You know, you're here to work. So at this point, I'm just like, where is he going with this? Because I don't know if he realizes that I'm super new, like new to the point where this is like my 3rd day here. So I wasn't really understanding where he was getting at, but I can tell he was getting at something. Because when he said, you know, there's a certain way we behave here. So I'm just like, yo, what happened? Like, why is he talking to me like this? I'm confused. Like, sir, Mr. Owner man. So then he's just like, yeah, well, we don't condone that behavior, you know, between a girl and a guy, whatever what was done in the bathroom. We don't condone that sexual behavior inside of the restaurant. So now I'm looking at him like, sexual behavior? I'm like, what happened? I was like, are you insinuating that I was involved with somebody in the bathroom? And he was just like, they're just, you know, I'm hearing that there was a woman, you know, a young lady and a young man, and you guys were in the bathroom, you know, inappropriate behavior while on the clock and doing things you're not supposed to do, and you were not working. So y'all, I'm not gonna lie, I just stopped. I just stopped in my tracks, and I'm looking like, who? I'm like, do you think that was me? I was just like, because this is literally my 3rd day. Like, I just started working here. Like, I don't even know anybody here. And he was just like, wait, you weren't the one in the bathroom? Y'all, Y'all, at this point, I'm so mad because I'm just like, what the fuck? Not me being talked about already. This is literally my 3rd day, and there's rumors going around talking about that I was doing stuff in the bathroom at Popeyes. Like, seriously? That's what we talking about right now? Like, I couldn't. It was such an uncomfortable conversation because the owner is male. He was a black man. So I felt like I was talking to like my dad, like he was being my dad or something, like, and I'm getting in trouble because I got caught in the bathroom with some boy or something. Meanwhile, I don't even, like, I never went in the bathroom with no boy. Y'all couldn't believe my ears. I was just like, what? And you know, I was just so like, people be, like, I'm thinking in my head, like, they be fucking in the bathroom? Like, what? Obviously, apparently, it happens a lot. Like, I ain't gonna hold you. I didn't know. I guess I was just oblivious, but I didn't realize people was getting it cracking in the bathroom at Popeyes, y'all. So just so y'all know, I mean, it's probably at every fast food place, but in the bathroom at Popeyes, like, for real? Come on, y'all. Damn. So I'm just like, okay, like, that's kind of crazy. He's like, dang, wow. He's put his hands on my shoulder. He was like, I'm so sorry. That's crazy. They were saying it's you, and here it wasn't even you. And I'm just like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, they're really over here talking about it was me. Like, wow. Like, now I'm looking around like, who the fuck put that on me? Who said it? Who said it? Now I wonder why everybody came in and was being extra quiet, wasn't saying nothing that was talked about. Usually everybody just this is da 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 da. People were saying nothing at all. Zitch, zap, zilch. Mouth was closed. So yeah, y'all, I'm like super confused. So, but things just started clicking. I'm like, that's why nobody's talking in there. That's why nobody's really looking at me. That's why, like, yo, because not everybody's saying that it was me in the bathroom. So of course we go back in there, and I just go back to doing my duties. But at this time, I'm like really like side-eyeing people. Like, the fuck did each one of y'all say? The fuck? Like, what did each one of y'all say? Excuse me. But basically, that night happened. That night ended. I went home. I remember telling my mom what happened, and she was like, wow, that's crazy. This is an out. Like, which is just like, you know, my mom was probably looking at me like, it probably was you. But y'all, I'm telling you, it really wasn't me. That's so crazy. But yeah. So I remember coming in like a couple days later, and people are actually talking about it. And the cute dude that was there, like, he liked me. Me and him actually ended up messing around for years, y'all. I met him at Popeyes, and I got a lot of stories about him. But yeah, so what did I name cute dude? I forgot what I named him. I know I named the one girl Casey, but I named cute dude what, y'all? Oh, Sean. I named him Sean. So Sean is in there. He's talking to me. He was like, yeah, you know, there was the rumors talking about you was doing stuff in the bathroom, this and that. I'm like, yeah, like, why was they saying it was me? He was like, yo, it was not. Like, I know it wasn't you. I know exactly who it was. And I'm over here like, who was it? Because I know I'm not about to sit here and get accused of doing something I did not do, especially something inappropriate in the owner's business. I just got this job. He's like, no, it was prom date and Casey. So now I'm looking at prom date, because obviously prom date's not going to get fired because his mother is the manager. And then Casey, she's still working there too. I guess he just gave everybody a warning because the owner really couldn't figure out who did it. So he just gave everybody a lecture about how we do not do that in the bathroom, which I'm trying to figure out how they even found out and who even gave this information, because there's no cameras in Popeyes at all. There was no cameras. So I really don't know how this information came about. But it turns out it was prom date and Casey. prom day, you just be doing anything up in here just because you think, because his mom was like the main manager. Like, she was the one basically running the place day to day. Like, the owner just came here and there to check on stuff, but she was basically like the store manager. So I'm just looking at prom date like, I cannot believe you. Like, had them really running with this narrative. Like, I can't. So I'm looking at Casey like, y'all are really crazy as hell. Y'all are crazy as hell. So I'm just laughing it off. I let it go. I'm looking at Casey a little different, but me and her, we really did end up becoming cool. Like, we used to go out and stuff. And yeah, me and Sean actually started dating. And I remember Casey felt some type of way about it because I guess she liked Sean, but don't got nothing to do with me. You gotta take that up with Sean. If he wasn't feeling you like that, then I don't really know what to tell you. But yeah, me and Sean started dating, and that just came with a whole another set of Popeyes problems and situations, y'all, that I'm gonna tell you about in another story time. But that is just so crazy that I was really the one being rumored about getting freaky in the bathroom at Popeyes. Oh, yeah, it was my third day. Literally, my third day. Crazy. But anyway, y'all, that's pretty much the end of this story time. Make sure you guys like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in tomorrow's story time. Bye.